Welcome to DeFi Crypto Today. Our topic today is updates at Aave. Aave is one of the biggest protocols on DeFi. As you can see, there's almost $22 billion locked in there. It's massive. It's trusted by millions of users across several blockchains. And it's one of the safest places where you can put your assets and earn interest. And you can also borrow against your collateral there. Talked about it quite a bit in several videos. And if you check the links in the description, you can download my free book, and I explain a strategy where you can deposit some assets and borrow against them, redeposit what you borrow, and so on, until you can double or triple the interest rate that you gain on your original deposit. So check it out. That's in the free book. I'm not going to demonstrate that here because I've done several videos explaining how to do that. If you've got questions, just submit them below. But I invite you to read the book and check the other videos. What we're going to do today is show you what's new. There's a ton of new stuff. Who knew, right? People at Aave have been busy. They've been adding a lot of blockchains and services for companies and institutions. And we're going to have a really quick look at this just to show you what it's about. But we're going to focus more on the new blockchains. And some of them have nice surprises, like really high deposit rates. So you can earn more than the inflation rate, which is really, really nice. So we're going to see all of that. So as you can see now, if you go on the main page and you look at the AAVE Markets, they've got several markets now. It's like, wow. They used to have only Ethereum and Polygon for a while. Then they added Avalanche. And now they added a pile of blockchains, and they added this stuff here, which I was like, what is that? And we're going to have a look at that. Now, first, before we proceed and examine the different sections at Aave, I wanted to tell you about, this is one of my favorite websites called DeFiSafety.com. If you're concerned about the safety of your assets on DeFi, check this place. This is a very, very, very good resource. They evaluate projects. Right now, they've got about 200 DeFi projects that they evaluated. And this is the score that Aave got. See, you've got Aave version 3, which is the new one we're going to see today. And Aave version 2 is the preceding one. And both of them got really excellent scores, 94% for V3 and 96% for V2. And if we look closely, you can see that they're really happy with the contracts and the team. They think they're excellent. Documentation is fantastic. Testing is great. Security is great. Admin controls, well, they're still quite good, and oracles are perfect. So these are things that you need to check if you worry about the safety of your assets on the project. Okay, this defines risk elements relating to the protocol itself. Doesn't mean you cannot lose money on this. What it means is that, let's say, for instance, you deposit Ethereum on Aave. Well, you know that Aave is safe. Your Ethereum is safe there. But it doesn't mean that Ethereum is not going to go down in value for whatever reason, okay? And like if the market tanks and Ethereum drops 50%, well, you're going to lose 50% on your Ethereum. But it's not going to be Aave's fault, okay? Basically, what this means is that they've got very good security. Their code is really good. They get audited on a regular basis, which means that it's very difficult for hackers to get in and steal your money. Also, the team is trusted. You don't expect that anybody at Aave is going to go rogue and steal the funds. Okay, they have security in place and processes in place to protect your money. Okay, so that's something that is important to know. All right, so let's have a look at the various markets. I want to start with this one, the AAVE Arc, because we never hear about this. And I want to talk about it for a minute. What is it? They're using it through a project called Fireblock, and this is the key here. It's KYC friendly DeFi. Why do we need this? I hate KYC, and most users hate KYC. What happens is that you have, see, they explain here, regulated institutions cannot access DeFi due to compliance and regulatory concerns. Permission DeFi changes that. Within a permission DeFi market, all participants are KYC, KYB verified, and AML compliant. AML is anti-money laundering. So it means that no drug dealers go there. You know, so they've been double checked, okay, that they're not doing anything illegal and so on. Providing even the most regulated of institutions to access DeFi easily and securely. So the reason they created this is that when you're on DeFi, many times you're going to see really good interest rates on your deposits, like 5%, 10%, 15%, and more. And the traditional finance system that we all hate only gives you a fraction of 1% right now in most countries around the world on your deposits. So you're a big company, you're a big institution, you got millions and millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars rotting in bank accounts that give you less than 1%. And right now, inflation is in the United States close to 8%, and it's rising in Europe and many countries around the world, and you're not able to beat inflation at traditional finance institutions. How silly is that? Well, now Aave, through the Fireblocks protocol, found a solution. They're going to only allow people that are fully KYC, KYB, then AML compliant to deposit money on this protocol. Okay? So even if you're a regulated institution, you're going to be fine. Your government is not going to sue you or harass you or give you problems because you're depositing money at a place that's fully compliant. And it's using the power of DeFi to give you better rates than you can get anywhere else. I think it's a revolution. It's really fantastic. I'm hoping this is going to be successful because there are trillions of dollars rotting in lots of financial institutions and other businesses around the world, okay? And right now they've got no outlet to deposit them and earn anything that can even match or beat inflation, which is ridiculous. It's like the governments are doing it on purpose to make them lose money. They're printing too much money, and they're not raising interest rates enough to beat inflation, which is insane. Anyway, so enough about this, but I think this is really revolutionary. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but if it's as good as it looks, I think it could be major. So keep an eye on this. Now, what else they got here? Okay, so let's look at the various markets where you and I can deposit money without KYC. So right now, this is new. I got Optimism Market. So if you have funds on Optimism, you could deposit them here. Unfortunately, I'm not very excited about those rates. These, well, they suck. Okay, there's not a word for it. I mean, if you've got some DAI and it's just sitting there in your wallet and not earning anything, okay, you could put it here. Okay, it's getting 1.94% is better than not getting anything. But I wouldn't go out of my way to deposit funds here unless I already have funds in my Optimism wallet and it's not earning me anything. So yeah, I'm not very excited about the Optimism market at the moment. Let's have a look at other markets. Harmony also, that's a new one that came with version 3, AAVE version 3. And again, it's the rates are really disappointing. I'm not very excited about this. Now, on the other hand, the borrowing rates are very low. So, you know, if you need loans, if you want to deposit some funds, and you want to get really low borrowing rates, I mean 0.01 on Bitcoin, that's practically zero. So yeah, but it's not earning you much. So it's not very exciting. You could deposit DAI, borrow rep Bitcoin, for instance, and you could basically get a free loan on your DAI, and then you take the money and you do what you want with it. But it's not very exciting at the moment. I'm not overly excited. There are better rates on other markets, so we're going to see that. This one, for instance, the Arbitrum market, really nice 10% deposit rate on USDT. That beats inflation. This one also beats inflation, barely, but it does. 7.92% on USDC. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. So yeah, if you've got funds on Arbitrum and you want to earn a decent rate, these are not bad. Now you got to be careful. If you deposit USDT, be aware that you're not going to be using it as collateral. Okay, if you click in details here, it shows here that it's in it can only be used as collateral in isolation mode. So in isolation mode, you cannot supply other assets as collateral for borrowing. Assets used as collateral in isolation mode can only be borrowed for to a specific debt ceiling. So typically, it means you can't borrow most of the time. There are the window is usually closed. Okay, so USDT is not the best thing to use if you want to use it as collateral. Okay, so watch out for that. So go back here. Most of the other assets here could be used as collateral though. DAI and USDC, that's no problem. All right. Now they've got a new thing that we didn't see before, the EURS, which is a stablecoin pegged to the euro. So that's available. Unfortunately, it's not giving us any interest on the deposits right now. But if we check on other markets, they have more exciting stuff. This is the Polygon market. This one has a lot more assets that you can deposit and earn on. Right now, this is very exciting. If you're using Balancer, I love Balancer. Balancer, if you go to defisafety.com, it has a safety rating of 100%. This is the best of all DeFi. And when you deposit on Balancer, some of the rewards you get is the Balancer token. So you could take your rewards from Balancer and deposit them here and earn 23%. Now, be aware of something. All the rates you see here change every few seconds. Okay, don't think that you're going to get 223% forever. I don't know how long it's going to last. Could last a day, last a week. I have no idea. Okay, so these rates will change. Be aware of that. So check your positions from time to time. All right, what else is exciting? Well, USDT again, 21%. I mean, that's really, really, really good for a stable coin. Okay, again, you cannot typically borrow against it except in special circumstances. So you cannot use it as collateral, I don't think. However, it's hard to beat 21% on deposit for a stable coin. So keep an eye on this. This is really, really nice. Now, you also have other stable coins that you might not be familiar with. So we're going to have a look again. So there's the EURS that we talked about. At least here you're getting a little bit of interest, so 2.29%. And we got the JEUR. J is for Jarvis. This is a new protocol that has several stable coins. They've got the Canadian dollar in there, Australian dollar, Singapore, whatever, Swiss franc. They've got a pile of different tokens. Here, you're not going to get a lot of yield. However, if you check on Defi Finance, and you look for the Jarvis stablecoins, many of them you can earn an APY of 20%. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to make a video about Defi because Defi also revamped their interface. It's much better than it was, and they have a ton of new stuff on it. Lots of investment opportunities. So it's quite exciting. So what else is good here? USDC is quite low. So USDT is the best here. Balancer if you want a variable coin. What else? And that's about it. The rest is pretty low. So let's have a look at the next market, the Avalanche market. Really nice on DAI, 13%. Wow. That's quite exciting. I love DAI, and at 13%, that's hard to beat also for DAI. USDC 5%, it's not so amazing, but it's okay. Here, for some reason, USDT is really low compared to the other market. I don't know why it's such a big difference. But anyway, it gives you an idea. Like what you could do, for instance, okay, is for instance, you could deposit DAI here. And look at this. You could borrow for less. Okay, see here you're earning 13%. You could borrow USDT here at 3.93% against your DAI that you use as collateral. And if you're smart, you bridge it over and you deposit your USDT right here and you earn 21%. Think about that. That's really cool. But you have to bridge it over, okay? You have to go from the Polygon network to from the Avalanche network to the Polygon network, okay? But see, that's a way to make an easy buck, okay? Now don't forget, these are annual rates. You're not going to get 21% in one day. You leave your cash there for a year, and it's going to earn you 21%, assuming those rates stay at that level, which they won't. They're going to go up and down and up and down. So watch the rates. Make sure they make sense for you, okay? My rule is try to beat inflation. Inflation is around 8% in the United States. And it's rising in Europe. I don't know exactly where it's at right now. It's at least 6%, I think. So try to beat that, okay? If you can beat inflation, you're okay. Your money is not melting away in silence, okay? But see, that's a fun strategy. You can deposit your DAI here, earn 13%, and then you borrow against it for only 3%, 3.93%. And then you deposit the USDT for over 20% on the other market. Those are ways to do this. Okay, to basically what you're doing is interest rate arbitrage. Okay, that's what you're doing. You're taking you're borrowing low and depositing at a higher rate. Okay, that's arbitrage. The rest is not that exciting here, but this is a cool strategy we can do. And Ethereum, well, that's the granddaddy of the markets on Aave. So of course you've got a ton of different tokens there. Most of the rates are not that exciting. You got the synthetics here, and you can get 7.41%, but that's a variable token. What else you got? 56% here on Balancer, but already we know that we can get 200% on Balancer on what was it, Polygon? And yeah, the other rates are not that exciting right now, so I'm not very excited about Ethereum at the moment. Nothing really out of the ordinary going on here. This one is the Phantom Market. DAI, 10%, that's really good. USDC at 6%, that's not bad. The rest is not that exciting. So again, see what you could do. You could deposit your DAI at 10%, borrow FUSDT here use it as collateral, borrow for less than 1% here, and then you bridge this over and you send it to Polygon and you earn 20% on USDT. Easy way to multiply your interest deposit. Okay, so those are fun strategies you can use. This is on the Polygon market. Forgot to mention there's another Euro stablecoin here, AAVE. Not giving you a lot here, but if you're looking for euros, now you've got 3 different Euro stablecoins: AGEUR, EURS, and JEUR. Okay, so that gives you some choice instead of just depending on the US dollar. Because some people, they think, okay, I think the euro is going to go up against the US dollar, so I'd rather put my money in euro stable coins than in USD stable coins, or the opposite. You have euros and you say, man, I think the euro is going to go down, I'd rather put my money in USD. Then you can do that here. And yeah, like for instance, you could deposit DAI. Let's say, for instance, that you are you're keen on you think the US dollar is going to go up and the euro is going to go down, so you could short the euro using the borrowing facility here. So for instance, you could deposit DAI, although right now it's only giving us 3%, but maybe on another market we would have a better rate. But here you deposit, you earn 3%, and you can borrow AGEUR at 0.96%. Okay, so if you are doing this, you're shorting AGEUR and you're betting that the euro is going to go down in value relative to the US dollar. So if you're right and the price of the euro goes down, then you gain, because now your debt shrinks. Okay, if you borrowed 100, let's say you borrowed 100 euro, and it went the euro goes down in value, well, maybe it's worth let's say 100 euro is worth 110 US dollar, just for argument's sake. Okay, and let's say that the euro goes down a lot in value, and now that the euro and the US dollar are at par. Okay, so the value of your debt went from $110 to $100, so you save 10%. Okay, so that's a way for you to play on the currency market in a relatively easy and safe fashion. Okay, you can easily take a position and short the euro or short the US dollar relative to the euro. It's up to you. So you've got the choice here. You can play between USD peg stable coins and Euros peg stable coins here. You've got these choices available to you. All right, so that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell so you know when I'm publishing a next video. Download the free book. It explains a lot about Aave. Step by step, everything. All you have to do is put your name, your email address, and hit the submit button, and then you get a big fat button that says download the free book. If you miss that button, don't worry. We're going to send you an email with another button that says download the free book. And if you don't want to download the free book, that's okay. You go to Amazon, you pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos, and Jeff will send me $1. See ya.